And we are live, but I don't see on-screen chat. Why don't I see? Oh, there it is. Yay! Oh man, happy Wednesday, everybody. Let me know, I feel like it's always a little bit of personal preference, but how the audio sounds with the music. I did change a few things up. I spent a lot longer than I am proud to admit trying to figure out why on-screen chat wasn't working, and I finally got it working, so that's awesome. On top of that, we had an issue with the side camera last week, which was really annoying, and the good news is it should be fixed. So if you were here last week, things should look much crisper. I don't exactly know what the issue was with the camera, but I reset all the settings after playing around with it and trying to start over. So hopefully things look much clearer. I was really bummed out about last week, the video quality, but yeah, I hope everyone is doing great. Hey Scott, Arturas, Evil, Shaw, Lisa, Delmar, Jose's here. Hey, Steve's in the house. What's going on? I know, nice and early. Aaron, Olo, Linus, I hope everyone's doing awesome. Luke, things are sounding good on my end. I've been having an issue with my stream setup as well. Yeah, it was super frustrating because I finally sat down and Alien, there he is. Alien was giving me crap about not having the chat working. So I said, you know what? I gotta figure this out. And of course, when I went to actually spend the time, Stream Elements was completely down. I couldn't log into the website. I logged out of Stream Elements on OBS and I couldn't even get back into my account. So it was a very frustrating block of time, but now that everything is set, I never want to touch any of the streaming stuff again. So yeah, today we are going to be picking up where we left off, which is continuing on upgrading our SwitchWire from the Clockwork 1 and Afterburner to the Clockwork 2 and the StealthBurner toolhead. We finished the Clockwork, the entirety of the Clockwork last stream, which I'm really happy about. Overall, it was fairly simple. The whatchamacallit, or the little screw inside here, took a little bit of finagling for me to figure out, and then I feel like there was one other part that was a little interesting, but overall it was a pretty smooth experience, which I'm pretty happy about. So what else do I've got going on today? Oh, I mentioned, for anyone that hasn't seen it, Prusa released a update on the XL, and I've been curious about that. I think as everyone that's been following it knows, there's been multiple delays, and I think the last I had heard was that they were going to be shipping end of January, but based off of this update, which I'll let everyone watch on their own, it goes over changes that they made to the actual hardware and printed parts and improvements, and also the shipping lead times. So based off of what they said, the first single head units will be shipping out sometime in March. I think he said towards the end of March, and the multi-tool head versions will start shipping out a couple of months after that. So March, April, May to June-ish roughly. So yeah, there's still 4 or 5 months out, and hopefully that'll be a timeline they can stick with. If for anyone that's interested, I have a pre-order in for a single toolhead version, and was planning on upgrading to the I think 5 toolhead or the max toolhead version. I don't know if I'm going to anymore. I've had a lot of time to chew on it, and I don't know that I am anymore. It just depends. I have my reservations, and most of the reason I would want a tool changer would be for experimental stuff, for fun and for videos, seeing how different materials interact with each other, which I think could be cool, but I don't even know that it's the platform that I really would want to go with. It might make more sense to do something like a Jubilee, which is a open source tool changer project, or even the E3D tool changer. So right now I still have my, like, the $200 deposit down, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up getting it. So we'll see. Out of curiosity, does anybody here have a pre-order in for an XL? Let's see, Delmar, you might want to rotate your Clockwork 2 stepper 180 degrees just in case you cut the wires too short. Oh, interesting. Is that the easiest way? I think I asked about it last week, and a few people said to go downward. We'll leave it like this for now and see if it becomes an issue. If it does become an issue, then we can end up rotating it. ERCF would be better, in my honest opinion. I don't know. For multi-material, I don't know that it is, Alien, because of the purging. ERCF works good with Voron or Trident tool changer. If you don't need multi-tool head and just multi-filament kind of thing. Yeah, so the biggest thing is for most of the experimental stuff, it wouldn't even require a tool changer. Like a good IDEX machine would be plenty. I know Steve has been working on his the Tridex for quite a while and successfully completed a dual color print on it, but even just having 2 tool heads that are all metal and that are reliable with quality extruders, that would allow you to do a lot of experimentation with combining of different materials for support materials and things of that nature. So I don't know, I'm torn. I'm torn, and it just probably is going to depend on how it does. I didn't pick up an MK3S Plus until November of, not this last year, but the year before. So it was already a few years, it was already been out for a few years at that point. And so I'm almost wondering whether it makes more sense to let the tool head come out, anticipate there's going to be some growing pains with just having the slicer work with multiple tool heads and the changes and all that, and then get it. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn. I do custom, and that's just me, and I want to really design a peak printer because I hate myself. If I designed a peak printer, I wouldn't ever be able to afford to print with it. It would just sit there. This is the first time I'm hearing about the Prusa XL. Really? Hey, what's going on, Red Giant? If you don't need multi-tool head and just multi-filament kind of thing, yeah. The only thing is I'm not sure how the ERCF would work if you're mixing different materials. That would be my concern, because I think with the Bamboo Lab, although it purges, I don't think it allows you to use filaments that have different extrusion temperatures. So I don't think I could say, hey, I want to use PETG and then use like ABS or something like that as a support material, or, you know, as an example. I don't think it will let you. I guess PETG and PLA would have a closer bed temp, so that, I don't know, maybe I should experiment with that as well. Steve says, just finished the panels on it last night, about to do some ABS tuning this week. I'm super excited to see the progress on that Tridex. I know that you have been working on it for what feels like at least a couple of months now, and that's a hell of an endeavor. I've definitely never attempted any sort of multi-tool other than a like two to one setup, but not like a complete custom IDEX machine. I don't understand what the hype about Peak is. Yeah, Peak is, I feel like Peak is primarily automotive, like a lot of industrial stuff. So like automotive, I know that it's used in the medical industry because I believe Peak can be autoclaved, so you can put it in an autoclaving system to sanitize it. And then I think it's even used for like aerospace stuff, but that would certainly fall outside of the realm of hobbyist 3D printing, I would say. Mixing multiple types of materials with one Hotend isn't great, yeah. I'm doing a Trident Jubilee tool changer as need it to be enclosed, and Trident is cheaper to source, but Jubilee is a good design. Only doing it because I'm interested. I need it for engineering stuff. Yeah, the Jubilee project's really cool. If anyone's interested in a open source tool changer, I've lurked in the Jubilee Discord for quite some time now, and it's definitely rad. Man, the hey Steve, when you are streaming now, does the YouTube Studio recommend that you insert ads all the time? There's a big blue pop-up. I can show you guys actually really quick. I'll just show it. Oh, you can't see it because my head's in the way. Let's see if I grab my face, move. Nope, that's not what I want to do. One second. What do I want to move? Mobile. This is what I want to move. There's this big thing. Now would be a good time to insert ads. I don't know when it started. I don't like it. Anyways, so a couple other things that is exciting. We talked about this last week briefly. I didn't talk about it in much detail because I didn't know if I was really allowed to, but a lot of people already knew about it. This showed up, and this is a nozzle camera. Let me see if I can get focused. The camera should be working better this week. This is a nozzle camera from 3DO that they've been working on, which is something that I am super excited about because of the unique perspective that this will give you on printing and being able to see so close to the nozzle. And we are going to be installing it. I'm pumped. There are 2 versions that they're going to be releasing, a 1080p version, which is this one, and a 4K version. I believe this one, I was told, is 1080, 60 frames per second. But basically, this will mount into the StealthBurner, and this little PCB is going to be mounted, I believe, inside the Clockwork. I'm going to have to figure that out. But we are using a different, so this is the stock StealthBurner faceplate as you're used to seeing it. And this was the original one that I was going to be going with, which was the first revision of a mount for the camera. Basically the exact same front plate, except there's a little section here for the camera to mount into. And then Panzer, who's right there, says, I'm picking up the 4K version. Panzer remixed it, and it has a couple of versions, and this is the one I printed out. I like this. It has a grill. It looks like a robot face with kind of like a robot mouth, and I think that it looks much cleaner than just this peg sticking out. So Panzer also has versions where you can sort of outline the rim of it in a different color, but I really like this green and wanted to go with just a simple single color. But this looks awesome. This looks really great, and awesome job, Panzer. When 3DO shared with me that he's like, yeah, Panzer remix, I was like, oh, Panzer's sick. So I'm really excited, and I'm planning on doing a just short video kind of showing it off, but I'm excited. The game plan is that I'm hoping today we get done building the Hotend portion of it, as well as pretty much assembling everything into the front plate. And between this week and next week, I will do all the wiring, clean up the wiring, make sure that things are working in Clipper, and so that way next week we can just take a look at sort of what I did in Clipper as far as changes go, and just do some printing and check out the camera and sort of just have like a print and chill stream. And then after that, the following week, we'll get into the Mercury 1 Hydra build portion of it. So that is what's going on. Also, the Rapido UH version is hot. Hey, KB3D, thanks for becoming a member. Happy Wednesday. Those look really nice. If I decide to try that at some point, I will go. Yeah, Panzer has some super cool. I'm gonna show them off because I'm a huge fan of these designs that you did, Panzer. Let me see if I can find them really quick, and I'll show you guys. And then we'll get into doing some things here. But this is exciting stuff. I've always thought a nozzle camera was really cool. Just had no idea. Like, it seemed pretty hacky. Like, I think that most people were using one of those little I don't even know how to say it, oscilloscope. And so to have something that's just a small form factor camera that can do it is really cool. Okay, give me 1 second to find this really quickly here. If anyone's interested, there's not a product page right now, but I do have the GitHub for the camera and the files in the description of the video. All right, let's see. Okay, here's Panzer's designs. I sent you the picture from the GitHub in your DMs on Discord, or where you can mount. Oh, you did? Sweet. Okay. Okay. So here's Panzer's version. So there is this version. It has sort of a V shape, and the letter V. There is this one, which looks sick. I was really close to going with one of these multicolor ones, but I do really like just the simple, clean kind of look that I've gone with on the StealthBurner. But if you are ending up going with one of these, again, Panzer has these really cool designs and models. They look, God, they're really pretty. So, will the camera work with the NeoPixels as well? Yeah, so I actually, when you get this, there's a few things. So this ribbon cable, I don't remember the details off my head, but it's a like higher temperature, super special material that I guess they had to figure out. That was a big issue for being inside the toolhead. But lighting, like with anything, is a big deal. So with the kit, or with the camera, you get 2 of the little LEDs that are used inside of the StealthBurner's toolhead. So it's my understanding that with the StealthBurner, because it has already those 2 LEDs, you're good to go. There are people working on remixes for the EVA 3.0 toolhead, as well as the toolhead used for the VZBot, and those ones will require some form of lighting. So yeah, you'll definitely need lighting if you want to get good quality. Even if you have a really nice camera and you don't have adequate lighting, it's just not going to look nearly as good. So yeah, endoscope, thank you. That's what I was going for. Yeah, I've seen some people hack up endoscope. Camera is supposed to be for sale in the next week, I was told. So hopefully very soon. I don't know, Panzer seems like, he says he's picking one up, so I don't know if he has more info or additional insight. But that's what I was told in the next week, I think. All right, let's get into building. I've already gotten distracted a fair bit here. Actually, I lied. We're gonna get distracted one more time. I want to see Alien said that he sent me a mounting point. Oh, interesting. Because I saw somebody else mount this differently, but it looks like one of the ways of mounting it is just on the inside of, on the backside of this fan, which if that works would be easier than trying to figure out how to get it into the clockwork. That way you can pull it off easier. I think that this will take some playing around with on my own, and whenever I figure out what works for me, I'll definitely show it, again, probably next week. So 3DO's in Denmark. Oh, and Denmark already sells them. US vendors probably have them on the way. Gotcha, that's probably what I was told. As far as cost goes, I don't have the exact cost. I think ballpark, man, I don't really want to say because if I'm wrong, let me see if I've got any info. So there's two versions, and I know the 1080p version is definitely less than the 4K version. Give me one sec. Let's see if I've got, I think I asked at one point and had a rough idea. Yeah, so ballpark price was roughly 50 US for the 1080p version and 75 US for the 4K version. Again, I don't know that that's a definitive price point until I see something posted on a website. It's not set in stone, but that was ballpark of what I was told. So see where to buy. Oh, sick. Okay. And 65. Nice. Okay, cool. So there is a where to buy in the GitHub repo. Good to know. All right, let's get into building, guys. I'm excited too because we are going to be. Wait, does this need to be used in an umbilical wiring setup? I imagine chains. That is a great question. So my plan was to basically, again, have this portion live in the toolhead, obviously, just the camera and the small ribbon cable. Then the PCB plugs into this. You have a small plug and then just a USB 2.0 cable. This is FEP/silicone, which makes me think that it's silicone. I don't think is supposed to be inside of a cable chain. So that's a great question. I have no idea. My initial thoughts was that I was going to rub it. I was going to run it through the X-axis cable chain and have it stick out the left side. But now that you're asking that, I don't know. That is a great question, and I certainly wouldn't want to damage this cable. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen how it's been routed yet. I'll have more info for you guys next week. For right now, I'm gonna say I know enough, like that it's, you know, basically a USB camera at the end of it, so you can just plug it in and use it with mainsail, and you know, or record it directly into OBS or something like that, which is really cool. I got silicone wires and they were fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, these feel, the wires feel quite slippery. The wires feel slippery, so I might try it as well. I think it's silicone outer and FEP inner cables. Yeah, that's probably what the case is. I may end up giving it a go. I'll ask too. Shoot, I'll ask right now, and then I promise for building. Let's see. All right, can the USB cable be routed through the cable chains, or is it not advised? All right, I asked. We'll see. Oh, I didn't even realize 3DO's in chat. It's custom made, so we don't have any cable chain rating for it yet, but inner wires has FEP jacket and outside jacket is silicone. Gotcha. So far, we've had no issues running in the cable chains, but no lab tests, why we haven't written it in the spec. Okay. Are the USB cables going to be purchasable separately? Because if they are, I might just YOLO it and try running it. And if for some reason it starts to eat through, then I'll pick up a second set of the wires and then not do it again. but I think for cleanliness and keeping it from getting caught on things, especially in the enclosure, having it route at least through one cable chain and then shoot off to the side is probably the best bet. Hey, Matthew, thank you very much for the gifted sub, or gifted membership. David, it looks like you got the gifted membership. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, we will get into it now. Yeah, if anyone has questions, Tom or Thomas from LDO, nope, Tom or Thomas from 3DO is in chat, so feel free to tag him, and he'll know much better than I will based off of my experience. But I am really, really excited, and again, next week, hopefully we'll be playing around with it live on stream. All right, let's get into it. So last week we finished all the way up to here, and so this is what we're on. KB3D has wiring available. Oh, sick. Okay, I didn't see that KB3D said they were going to be carrying it. I must have missed that earlier too. All right, so things we need. We need the body, which is right here. We're gonna need our, we're sticking with our Dragonfly Hotend, which has got the Basel nozzle in it. So that's going right here. Probably silicone socks looking a little rough. Okay, part markings. Identify printed parts. The Hotend type is embossed on the printed part. So mine says BMO. Make sure to match your Hotend. Missing corner, Clockwork 1, Clockwork 2. We also provide tool cartridge parts for Clockwork 1 and other extruders are identical except for an opening in the highlighted corner to help with wire routing for those designs. Okay. Oh, interesting. Those have markings on them too. I guess if you go with the Clockwork 2 version, I don't see any markings. That wing, the overhangs did not turn out so great on this, but if we need to, we can replace it, but we'll leave it for now. Yeah, I don't see any markings on this. So I guess it's only if it's a different extruder than the Clockwork 2. Man, my throat. We also provide mounts for other Hotends. They are assembled in a similar manner. Yada yada. Okay, cool. All right, so let's do some brass inserts. Ooh, I'm super proud of. No giveaway link. Yeah, giveaway link will open in 1 hour and 7 minutes. That's usually when we open it up at, and then it's open for half an hour. Hey, what's up, Ted? Excited for that Basel nozzle. Did you guys happen to see Vez? Vez did a live stream last night. It was cool. He showed off some of the new product that he's been working on with Mello. Also, I'm super proud. After last week's stream, I had a little bit of a breakdown in terms of my space is just so chaotic. So I went out and bought a bunch of organizers and tried my best to organize my life in a day. So I've got, things are in compartments now. It is so much nicer. I've always been, like, when I'm working on a project, I sort of need it to stay chaotic until I'm done with it. But once a project is done, I can't start the next project until I've got things sort of put away and I can just sort of think with a clean slate. And it's been getting harder and harder to do. So I have a rack system now in the closet with a bunch of these organizers. I saw he was doing one, but didn't have time to watch. Yeah, I happened to catch it. I was actually working on finalizing a video of my own, and I went to YouTube and saw Vez went live 60 seconds ago. So I caught the whole thing. A lot of exciting stuff. He's showing off the new extruder. Showing off a lot of stuff, a lot of things. This is really exciting. Back to it. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Take care. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Steve. Have a great Wednesday. Just making sure. I think these are all the right size. Because I've got two different heat insert sizes, and we're looking for the ones that are 5 mil and not 5.6. I got some black heat sinks coming. Should look nice. Yeah. Black heat sets sound awesome. I mean, luckily most of the time they're fairly covered up, but I guess you could see them from the other side. Yeah, black heat insets sound awesome. Okay, let's start with just these couple. And let's grab our specific. We've got a specific soldering iron just for heat inserts. Right. Try not to burn ourselves. Let's move you guys a little bit. Cool. Hey, what's up, William? Fabrico, I saw had them when I placed an order for some spare Revo cores. Okay, I might have to get some in then. It would be nice too, then I could easily see which ones are, all right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I could see which ones are the right size, because right now I still have a mix of 5mm heat inserts and the 5.5 ones, which will completely blow out the slots for them. Alright. So we're doing, looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the two holes right here, the smaller ones don't get an insert. What's everybody been up to? What projects is everybody working on? I didn't catch. VZ. What's his actual VZ? Is it VZ3D, his channel? VZ3D? Or Vez3D. I said, I'm used to saying VZ3D, but Vez3D was on. It was probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night my time, which is mountain time. So if that gives you some sort of a gauge, but yeah, it was just an unboxing of a few new parts from Mello. But it was cool to see. I mean, I've been a fan of the VZ bot and just all the stuff that he's been working on for quite a while, and so it was cool to catch. It seemed like it was like maybe his first live or something, so it was cool to catch him live. And then I joined the Discord as well, which I'm surprised I wasn't in already. I'm trying really hard not to order stuff for the Rook. I don't need another printer. There's no kits for the Rook right now, is there, right? It's all just self-source stuff. Finally got my Hedamame built. Awesome. I put my Hedamame headphones away. I had talked about this a few weeks ago, but I was having pretty bad migraines, and I think it's from the headphones. I've got a big head, and I think that the PETG just isn't as elastic as whatever was on my HyperX's HyperX Cloud Alphas before, and so it was pressing onto my glasses that was then pressing into my head. And there's times where I'm on the computer for like 4 hours straight editing stuff, and so I think that's what it was. I stopped wearing headphones while doing all editing except for audio when I needed to, and most of the migraines completely went away. So I got new muffs, covers for the HyperX's that were all destroyed, and the Hedamame is now off to the side. I'm probably, if Aaron doesn't want it, I'm probably gonna gift it to my dad. He loves his Minamames and definitely has a smaller head than me. But yeah, the only other thing I could think of would be if there's a bigger band version, maybe I need to print it out, or a different material or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that's what was causing it, which sucks because I love those headphones, but I don't love having migraines. So I just finished my Rook and cleaning up the workshop to start the V2.4 R2 build. Nice. What are you going with as far as the kit, self-source? And if you're going to the kit, what are you going with? The cool thing about that is that you can adjust tolerances on those parts and print them again. Yeah, you're right. Just started messing made cabinet concepts for 3D printer and other machines in several different sizes. Nice, lots of renderings and drawings, plus a lot of test prints and production of steel parts. That is awesome. I would love to see the printer cabinets once you're happy with the end result. You can change the amount of this in the slicer. Yeah, my concern, I guess, would be scaling it as far as the part that connects to the cones of the headphone. Gotcha. Maybe that's what I need to do then. It was rough. I told you guys, there was a stream where you guys were asking why I was wearing contacts, and it was because of my head was just hurting. It was rough. It was really bad. Let's see. Route the wires shown to the right. That looks like, oh, it's saying shown to the right, yeah. Route to the left. Carefully bend the strain relief to clear the printed part. Firmly hold the Revo core. Okay, this is different. Okay, so let's try to get this installed then. We're not using a Revo, we're doing the Dragonfly. Let's turn our soldering iron off. I think we'll need it again, so we'll just stick it off the edge here. I have the same problem with headphones. I found a good headphone I use now. My big head. Yeah, I've got a sensitive head and just a big head. It happens with hats too. And yeah, these clouds, HyperX Cloud Alphas, I don't know if they're just bigger or if it's something to do with the actual cones on them or whatever, but they've been great. I used them for about a year or so prior. The Rook is all self-sourced from all in Amazon. Is it really more expensive than, damn, more expensive than a V0? Okay, so, how is this? Am I being a goof, or how is this mounted? Interesting. So this looks like it's only using 2 screws. Yeah, it looks like the Dragonfly is only using 2 screws to mount it to the printed parts. One on this side. Is it lining up? Yeah, and one on the other side. I think it used 4 screws on the afterburner. I'm almost positive it did. I don't think I have the part anymore. Good evening all, just in work, and I see a happy smiley face. I'm happy we got the camera working and the chat on screen working again. That makes me really happy. So is the cables for this just routing on the outside of this? It kind of looks like it. It looks like they both are just gonna go up the side here like that. It's the only I can think of. It looks like, yeah, it has to be. So they just kind of route up the notch right there. Then we put this over it. Okay, so let's grab 2 M312s so we can get ready to install these. M312s. Do I have M312s? I do. I don't have socket head though. Yes, on the back cover holds the wires tucked in. Okay. Are you sure you didn't print the BMS version? It says BMO. You scared me. It says BMO. Wait, let me see it. It says BMO. So no, this is, I triple checked. I remember triple checking. Okay, yeah, so the wires are gonna be held in by this little kind of wing on here. So we'll tuck them right here and do our best to kind of pull them straight, I guess. There we go. Oh, nope, that tangled. There we go. Okay, that seems fine. Yeah, it's a nice tight fit. can't believe the Rook. I thought that the Rook was supposed to be a relatively inexpensive printer that most people were building with kind of a spare parts they had. Okay, that is tight. I don't want to go any tighter. I had to use M314s. Interesting, because this doesn't feel like it's going in very far. I might use M314. Do I have M314? I've got 6. I don't know if I have it. It's at least catching the threaded inserts. But yeah, I do think that a slightly longer screw might be better here if you're trying to fully seat it. But as long as the 2 halves are held in place, which it seems pretty tight, you should be fine. Hey, happy Wednesday, Scott. Yeah, I think we're okay. I don't want to tighten them anymore, though. I'm scared I'm going to break them. All right, we'll leave it like that. It looks good. It looks relatively snug. I'm not super stoked on, again, the overhang on the side looks a little bit ugly, but if this is going to be behind or hidden, then I don't care that much. Okay. I think next thing is to bolt the... Weird. Even this shows... Okay, again, this is the Revo. Yeah, so I guess on the Dragonfly, it just uses 2 bolts. So, and these are... They're like they're weird bolts. I think they're M2.5. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, so this is one of them. That looks like an M3. Nope, those are the right ones. Okay. It's squished more by the StealthBurner Front 2. Nice. I think I use the next size up. Happy Wednesday, MR Daniel. Aaron is taking off tomorrow to California for a week for the baby shower, and I'm stuck here on dog duty. Our monkey's too aggressive to go to a kennel or something like that. Is this? Why are we spinning? So I'm gonna be staying here and watching. Nope, this is the right size driver, so we must not be lined up with the hole. What's going on here, guys? It is super tough to see. It looks relatively aligned. Let's try the other one, see if I can get one of these screws in. It should help hold it in place. Bachelor dad mode. I think I'm going bowling tomorrow night. It's gonna be wild. Yeah, this is not aligning. So it looks really close. Let me hold on, let me grab my phone light really quick here. Hey, what's up, Booty? Happy Wednesday. How do you like the Fabrico hex drivers? I just got mine the week and love the metal curl grip over the rubber grip. I really like them. I've been using these and the ones that I had prior. I like both of them. These are definitely more comfortable, I would say. But these, the top spins, which is really nice. So if you have it in your wrist like this, you can just twist your fingers. I like them. They've been great. Yeah, basically, I've been switching back and forth between them. But these ones I keep on my pegboard, and these ones are on my desk. So it just depends. But yeah, they've been awesome. I saw them a long time ago, but they were out of stock for a while. So I was happy to get a pair in. Hey, Clinton, thank you very much for becoming a member. Yeah, I freaking love bowling. I know we normally talk about food here, but I love me some bowling. My dad bowled, yeah, we're definitely shifted. Almost looks like a little too far in. So I'm gonna loosen these 2 screws again. maybe I was a little bit too aggressive. We might need to go with a size up, like yeah, that looks better. I'm gonna see. Okay, let's see if we can get this screw in. But yeah, my pops used to take me bowling a lot during summer. He played or bowled league as a kid, so he gets down with some bowling. I'm certainly not as good as he is, but I really enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. Oh, come on, I don't understand. Okay, let me verify. Let's do this. Let's pop this out. Yeah, these are the right size. So we're not screwing that up. So it's just a matter of them not aligning correctly. I think the new plan is to just get the backside in, get it bolted in place, and then worry about the front. I'm really surprised it's not going in. Did you use the stock? Yeah, I'm using the M2.5 screws that, wait, are these? No, these have to be long enough. Oh, I feel like these should be long enough. All right, let's try it one more time. Yeah, so it looks like, I don't see how that wouldn't go in. It looks nearly perfect. Okay, let's see if I hold it in place like this, if I can get it to go. I'm at a loss. Interesting. I don't know that I have anything longer either. If it's a matter of these screws being too short now. It says to use M3 or by 8s. Let's see what these are. Nope, these are by 8s. They should be going. Screws might be too short. I don't know if I have anything else since they're... No, only 2. Let's see, these are M2s. M2 self-wrapping. Nope, only by 6s. Let me try, let's see if I were to go this side. If I can get one of them in, then I'll be confident that it's not the screws. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure right this second if it's the screws. It looks perfectly lined up. Like, it looks complete. It's in. It's in. All right, that one's in. Wild. I don't know. Okay, hopefully now that we've got one, we can get the other one in. So let's just go like this. Pull these through. Try this one again. Yeah, this one sucks. There we go. I got it. It's in. That was tricky. It was a lot trickier than that was to be. I had to kind of press and wiggle mine to get the screws to line up too. Yeah, that was interesting. we're good though. They're both tight. I definitely think that getting the hot end in before you clamp, because when you clamp these two parts together, you're sort of compressing this together. And if these are perfectly aligned and you're compressing it a bit, it sort of offsets it. And they're just tiny M2.5s and they only stick out a little bit. So I think that it makes probably more sense to get the hot end seated before you attach these two parts together. So now we should be able to pretty easily, yep, clamp that in, clamp that in. Cool, we're good. Nice. The old flashlight. Okay, now that we've got that, PTFE. The PTFE should stick out 11 millimeters above the surface of the printed part. The stick out length might vary if you use an extruder other than the clockwork. Okay, so we're using the clockwork too. So let's see, this looks like a very flat side. So let's go like this. Ooh, I don't think this is, oh, that might be too long actually. What the hell is my metric ruler? I guess we'll just use this. It is spot on. Well, that's cool. Check it out. So this is 11 or 10.99, so 11 millimeters, and that's the length of it. I mean, it is exactly where it's supposed to be. So if you have the Dragonfly and you're upgrading from the Afterburner to the StealthBurner, your PTFE should be golden. Yeah, sweet. Well, that's easy. I thought for sure we were gonna have to change it up. Hey, nice. We're already on the front now. Well, that was a lot easier than the, or a lot quicker at least than the Clockwork 2 stick. All right, well, we'll put this off to the side. Now the fun begins. So we are going to be using the Panzer's remix of the front plate. It says remove support, remove built-in support highlighted in the image with flush cutters. Okay. So it looks like there's two down below. Oh, interesting, yeah. So, can we focus? Yeah, this little bit on the very end here, it needs to get cut, and the same on the other side. So we'll start with those two. I almost wonder if I should test this out. I'm gonna test it out on this, since I've never done this on a StealthBurner, just in case I screw something up. So let's use flush cutters. Okay, that's easy enough. It looks thicker on this one for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but so we'll cut. Cut like that. Cut like that. I almost think I want to use my X-Acto knife. The tool head is cage. The tool head's cage has the same dimensions as the Afterburner. I think you can even use the old cage. It will just look very funny. Nice. Towards the top as well. Okay, use an X-Acto knife. Sweet. That is what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna cut against that part, and then we're gonna cut right around this little lip. That was a good call. Definitely would say X-Acto knife is the winner over flush cutters. Especially because it's kind of chunky, the little tab. So I think it's easier to just be able to slide against the wall of the tool head and then slide against sort of the tab here. Yeah. Cool, okay, so that's good. And then there's one more on the top. Yeah, it looks like there's a single one right here. Yep, I see it. So right here, and we'll do the same thing then. We'll just take the X-Acto, slide it against that part. Drop the X-Acto. Not quite as clean on this one. There's a little bit of fuzzies on the bottom here, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Good to go. I don't use X-Acto knife because it will end up inside of me. Yeah, I'm a little clumsy. I'll put it back where it belongs after. Okay, so we've got that. Now it's time for the LEDs. Let's see. So we need, looks like three cables, or 3 sets of 3 cables. Okay, so I saw, I think it was Maple, I can't remember the channel's name, but I saw them using VHB tape to hold down the LEDs, and I like that idea, so we're gonna do that as well. How you're holding and using the X-Acto knife is making me nervous. Don't cut towards yourself, Dan. Yes, don't cut towards yourself. Do as I say, not as I do. I definitely follow that when it comes to larger blades, but yeah, probably a good habit to get into even with smaller blades. Maple Leaf Makers, yes, that's gotta be who it is. I'm not great with names. But yeah, I was watching his video on the StealthBurner assembly and saw they used a piece of VHB tape and just sucked the LEDs face down, and that allowed them to tin them and solder them in place, which I don't have any sort of jig setup, so that seems like the best idea. So we will, actually for these, taking off the backing of the VHB, I usually use these little tweezers. Come on, VHB tape. Once you get it going, it's a piece of cake. Getting the corner of the VHB tape to lift away from the actual tape itself is nightmare inducing for me sometimes. All right, there we go. All right, we did it. I don't know the blood in. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not luckily that bad. I've seen some people get really nasty cuts with spatulas, removing prints from glass beds. Like, I'm talking stitches level of hurt. I've, knock on wood, never had that happen. I have hurt myself though. I mean, every once in a while the printers do require the blood sacrifice, so it's definitely happened, but not in a while. Okay, so we've got the LEDs. It comes with, this was a kit from Fabrico, so it comes with 4, which is always nice. You think I would have learned by now, but the correct number of things you need to get is the correct number plus at least 1 extra. Things just don't ever go right, always. So I like that they include an extra. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick these in the same direction into the VHB tape. And then we'll start by tinning the pads. We'll just put a little bit of solder on each of these. So we've got D in facing upwards, like so. And +1, always, always. Yeah, the amount of times I've kicked myself for purchasing the exact amount of things and then losing one, breaking one, you know, like an eagle coming down and picking it up from my hand, like, and taking it off. Something crazy always happens. So if there's, it can't just be me. I see chat agreeing. Always get the right amount plus more. That is the right amount. Okay, so my game plan is to, Aaron got me cotton swabs, which is awesome, so I don't have to keep running to the bathroom and stealing them during stream. I try and get, yeah, honestly, just getting 1 more is probably risky. Getting double is probably a much better option, but just the point I'm trying to get across is never get the right amount. Always, the right amount is not the exact amount. The right amount is the right amount plus an additional number. Okay, so I'm just getting some isopropyl alcohol to clear things off, and then I am going to use, it's not necessary really with these, and especially if you've got flux resin core solder, but I am going to, maybe I'm not actually, yeah I am. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of flux on these just to make it even easier. It's the law, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got a little bit of flux. I'm just gonna do a tiny little wipe down of this stuff. I got really used to using this stuff in some way, shape, or form when I was first soldering. A lot of the mod chip stuff I was doing was on really small pads underneath the CPU of the Xbox's motherboard. And man, it just allowed you to get the solder flowing way easier, because a matter of a second or two could be you tearing the pad and either not, in best case scenario, you're no longer able to do the mod, and in worst case scenario, your Xbox is toast. You fried it. So, all right, let's get our actual soldering iron, our non-heat insert one, and plug this in. Let it warm up really quick. This one is not quite as fast. N plus 20%, yes. At least for things that takes weeks to get more from AliExpress. That is also just anything fragile, right? Like, I mean, if you're ordering an aluminum extrusion, the chances of that getting damaged are much more slim, I suppose. Unless you're, I don't know, drilling and tapping it, doing something crazy. But anything small, like, and that's inexpensive, like switches, magnets, these little LEDs absolutely get more. I just ordered a bunch of parts for the bench stock as I was running low on some magnets and fasteners. Yeah, good call. I think that with the new storage organizers that I have, I will have a much easier time seeing what I have and what I don't have, so I can place orders. I showed this off on, show this really quick here because I was proud of it. This was the first one I organized. I showed this off on Twitter when I put it together. Let's not burn ourselves on the soldering iron. Will I even be able to do this? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this isn't the best angle we're getting because I'll burn myself if I go any lower. So this is like all of my crimp connectors. So DuPont, we've got Microfit, we've got JST, and I had ordered probably 4 times the variety pack of JST connectors from Amazon because I could never find them, or I'm like, I don't know where it's at. So having everything in one place and I consolidated all those 4 things into just one bin is going to be so much nicer for my sanity and not ordering things I don't need, but making sure I have the things that I do need for each project. So, hey Dan, greetings everyone. I hope you're having a great day. You too, Dan. Happy Wednesday. Hey Iggy, happy Wednesday to you too, man. When I modded my Xbox, I followed the trace and scraped the lacquer off the copper and soldered the parts away from the chip. That's that's probably better. It's probably a way better way of doing things. I also don't have a fume extractor or anything like that, so this will be fun. I'll just keep my face away from it. It is lead-free solder that I'm using, at least. I still don't necessarily enjoy having solder fumes going up at me. Okay, so right now we're going to tin the iron and just quickly place a little bit of solder on each of these. Burning the flux a little bit, and it's okay. Looks pretty good. Buy a cheap USB fan. Yeah, not a bad idea. I think I might have a small carbon desktop filter that I just need to find, man. But yeah, it's not a bad idea. I honestly don't solder that often anymore. It was a much bigger deal when I was doing all the Xbox modding stuff. It's kind of far and few in between, but it still wouldn't be bad to have. I agree. All right, so let's clean off these. Actually, I'm gonna leave it messy. I'm gonna leave it messy until we solder all the wires. I think that's probably the play. Okay, so. Oh, interesting. I didn't even need to add any solder onto these. That's all right. Okay, so we'll start with this one. And this is 100 millimeters. So let's measure out 100 millimeters. For anyone that's done this before, is 100 millimeters exact, or does that give you a little bit of slack? Noctua is a great 120 millimeter 5-volt fan that comes with you. Oh, nice. Yeah, I should definitely just do that. I'm making sure to watch carefully to this. Parts are printed unless printed out. So this is 100 millimeters, and I'm wondering if I should give myself a little bit extra slack, or is that pretty perfect? We're just gonna use this as like an old BL Touch adapter cable. Should work fine. The cable that came from Fabrico is only 2-wire. So I don't know if that's intentional, if there was a whoopsie. It gives some slack, I think. Okay. All right. We'll do exactly that then, including right there. Yeah, it was like probably 105. All right, we'll start with that. All right, let's get our wire strippers. Where are our wire strippers? There they are. I'm just gonna try to strip a little bit off. We really don't need a whole lot. Should be plenty. Nope. Okay, let's go smaller. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave it like that. We really don't need much at all, and I'd rather have a little too little, because it's still gonna be fine, versus having it potentially spill over to the pad next to it. We're gonna tin the wires too, so I'll put a little bit of solder on each of these before I connect it to the PCB. Yeah, and this is some really funky. I wonder if it's. There we go. Okay. So for these, I don't actually have anything to hold these. Helping hands, there's some cool magnetic helping hands that I want to get. I need to order them. Right now, we're just going to try to get them to stick up off the table so I don't bang my table. There's also a really small iron tip and really thin solder. Be fine. All right, let's flip it around, get the brown one. Omni Fixo, is that one that was potentially a Kickstarter at one point? There's one that someone showed me recently, because I was looking at one on Amazon and I was almost gonna get it, And then someone told me about another set that are like the ultimate. I think they're a little bit pricier, but honestly, like it's one of those buy once, cry once things. And I'm probably always going to be soldering a little bit at some point in my life. So I think that, you know, spending a little bit more and getting one that I can just use forever is probably the way to go. All right, so we just need one last little bit on this last guy. Cool. The OmniFixo. Okay. Can somebody like tag me or post that into the Discord, like in the live stream or something like that, so that way I can be sure that I write that down or just order them. Okay, so we're gonna do brown, red, yellow, and we've got 5-volt, DIN, and ground. So we want D in. Okay, so we'll make yellow. Yeah, yellow is going to D in. So I'm just going to, in this case, put a little bit of solder on the iron, like that, and then I am going for it. I wish you guys could see this. How can I do this so you guys can see? Maybe if I go like this, it's just, I'm like, my hands are all over it. Maybe that'll be a little bit better of an angle. Hey, what's up, Barticus? I saw you last night, right? You caught Vez's stream. I was a little bit tired, but I'm pretty sure I saw you there. And this isn't gonna be any, I don't know, guys, how to show you the soldering without me wearing like actual, like a GoPro strap to my face. I'll have to just, I'll show you after, I guess. I don't know. Basically just adding a tiny bit, since I don't have another set of hands or anything holding this down, adding a little bit of solder to this and then using that to help connect the little bit of solder we already put on the wire with the little bit of solder on the pads that we already applied. So, okay, so this side's done. Next we need to, so from in to out. Okay, so now this needs to go around the bottom side. Bottom side I can actually possibly show you guys because the way I'm gonna hold it will be different. So we said yellow is 5 volts, so we'll keep 5 volts on the same side. I'm actually going to, that's stuck really hard. Okay, we'll actually take this off completely. It'll be easier for me. Okay. Don't like how long this wire became. Yeah, it's okay. I guess it's off to the side. Not the prettiest, but it should be more than sufficient for just some LEDs. Yeah, it's kind of ugly. That's all right. My eyes are dreading the StealthBurner LED install. Thank God for magnifying glasses. Yeah, that's somebody I know sent me their setup. And it had an awesome bright light and magnifying glasses. These are much larger than the little pads I used to solder, but they're still quite small. Okay, so that was 100 millimeter. It looks like the next one's also supposed to be 100 millimeters, so we'll just cut that same wire down to the same length. The annoying thing is I don't have enough of this wire. I don't think I have another 100. think I'm gonna be just shy of having enough for what we need here, so I'll have to figure that out. Wait, is it normal to have to keep the linear rails soaked in oil? Only V0.1 to keep the rails from rusting? I don't think I've really had any rusting issues. So I'm gonna say no, but that being said, like, I don't know where you live. One of my coworkers that lives in a different continent has had insane rusting issues with machines that I don't normally think have tons of rusting issues, so it's possible. But mine aren't super, link in channel and Discord. Okay, sweet, thank you. Yeah, mine don't have a lot of grease or on them, and I haven't had any issues. But then again, it's probably dependent on where you live. 1 second. Okay. Let's quickly do this. Everyone can agree that the camera quality looks much better this week, right? Like this camera in particular. It was much blurrier last week. These are almost easier just to take off with your nail. Grease should be better than oil. W1040. Yeah, WD-40 is definitely not what I'd recommend for linear rails. I honestly don't remember what I'm using right now. It's whatever we put in the syringe. We've had this for a while, and we've used this for the second V0 build, for the SwitchWire build, for the second cube build, for the V-Minion build. I think we've used it for everything. I can't remember what this is. I can probably find it. I'm sure I ordered it on Amazon or something like that. Okay, let's tin these real quick here. Camera quality is on point. Okay, awesome. I was gonna say, I spent quite a bit of time because I was really bummed out with last week's stream quality. Things just kind of went to chaos after the holidays, and then the 100K stream, when we switched things up, it just kind of screwed things up, so. All right, so we only need yellow. Needs to be tinned, and then we should be good. I'm glad I didn't, I mean, I haven't really been having any energy drinks since I've kind of chill on sugar. But we do have some sugar-free ones, and I'm glad I didn't have one, because watching me drink an energy drink and try to solder would be wild. I'm having a tea, but it's a diet, like sugar-free one, so it's less aggressive. WD-40 is coming in the product, so they do have oil and grease, but the most common product is cleaner. Yeah, the most common WD-40 is like what people use for squeaky doors and hinges and stuff like that. They have a blue labeled lithium grease one that I've seen people use for rails, and I've heard works relatively well. But I've never used it. I wasn't able to find it, actually. I think I did look for it because I thought that it would be convenient to have sort of a spray form, but I wasn't able to find it in any of my local stores. Okay, you guys aren't going to be able to see this again. I'm just going to connect the other side here. I'll show you guys in a second. I'd love to have a third hand for soldering. These melt into each other? I sure hope not. Kind of look like they did. Maybe these weren't the best cables to go with. I think these are from a BL Touch. Not entirely sure. Yeah, definitely not winning any awards on pretty solders, but pretty soldering, it'll work. You soldered them wrong. The middle needs to have the cable on itself to put them in. What? Oh. I think I see what you're saying. So these ones, so the ones I just installed are fine, but you're saying that these ones on the bottom here need to be facing the same direction. I think that's what you're saying. Gotcha. So this is fine. These ones on the other end need to be facing towards the ones I just did, right? That seems to be what you're saying. Colors should be fine because they're definitely matched up. I think that's what you're saying. Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's just a matter of orientation. I feel like these could probably bend because of how flexible they are, but we'll do it right. So, all right, thank you. I definitely wouldn't. Is it state out? Go ahead. I feel like it doesn't do a really good job of making that explicitly obvious. It's okay. Yeah, this sleeving blows. All right. I'm going to cut off a little bit of the wires now. Okay, so we did it correctly in a sense, as far as soldering them to the right pads. The issue, man, this is some really crappy wire, is that they need to be facing towards the same direction for space. They're so that we stop from bending them. That would make them too thick. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Let me do this really quickly then. Put a little bit of solder on here and just go the same direction. These wires are not pretty. All right. I don't like this at all. I just wish I had used, I think, a different wire. Let's see. I feel like the sleeving on these suck, and it's kind of my concern. I guess worst comes to worst, I can always redo them. Okay, the last one, okay, so it's the exact same thing then. So from in to out. Same thing then, so the direction needs to go this way. I mean, with these, I guess you could just test them for continuity to make sure that from one end, it's reaching the other end. Okay, so this LED is fine. And we're going from in to out, yeah. Those 5 volts. Red. Okay, those look better. Those definitely look cleaner than this side. Oh, I feel the same way about map. Hey, what's up, zombie? Okay, so yeah, I'm quite happy with these. I hate the way these look. These look okay, although there's one wire. That's funny. I was trying to clip a little wire, and I realized that, can you see it? This is busted, like the very tip, so I can't get a tight cut. Here we go. All right. Okay, so last set of wires here, and this needs to be 120 millimeters. Which we don't have on that wire, so we need other wire. The only good wire I have is an appropriate size for this is only one color. It's easy to screw them up. Yeah, I'm probably going to use, all I have is really, I don't have a ton of wire. Most of my wire is really thick wire. Is this, which came with it, which is only red and black, so I'm probably also going to use the same color wires and just check continuity. Okay, so we need 120 mil for these ones. Roughly right there. I actually need another one. I just said that, didn't I? This wire, honestly, this wire's not great either. Check this out. Tearing it back, and it's completely stripping the wire from the other side. So that is a no-go. Yeah, that is not good. So it seems like it was just at the edge of the wires. For the further down I go, I don't see it tearing, but it definitely would have caused issues having that much exposed wire. All right, so these three pieces seem fine. I need to like wedge these so that way I can, there we go, get the ends up in the air. Not doing a great job of tuning these. Hey, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and we will open up the giveaway form for spool of Polymaker filament. Okay, so colors, let's go with, I want to do this. Let's keep red red. That seems like it makes sense to me. This is tight. All right, that one's in, and then this one, just have to check for these last two. One, this wire seems, I don't like the sleeving on it, at least initially, but the actual wire itself seems better fit for this than what I was using from the BL Touch cable. Yeah, that was much cleaner. I may end up redoing some of these wires later on. Okay, so let's check for continuity. Make sure. Oh, let's actually get this. Let's get the giveaway open really quick. Let's see. Send link. Shorten URL. Copy. Okay. No, I'm doing what wrong? No. They're the same way. They're the same way. Don't say that. I'm pretty sure I don't say that. Alright, giveaway form is in the chat. I will pin it in a second here, so just fill it out and we'll draw that. We will draw that. Don't say that. Alright, let's see. No, I did it the right way. So this one sticks out the end. These two are facing the same direction, and these two are facing the same direction. I have them facing the same direction. Check it. So these two are facing all that direction, and these two are all facing that direction. Or one direction. Yeah. I think it's just that it's hard to see with the camera, but after you fool me once, shame on me. After the first time I checked on the orientation. Okay, let's see, continuity. All right, so red should be red across the entire thing. So I make these cables a little bit longer. So I should be able to touch this pad. Keyword should. Interesting. Or maybe they're not all that. They should be connected. Are they not connected? Don't troll this poor man. Yeah, they were bent. Are these not connected? I don't think the soldering's bad. I mean, the soldering's not great, but I don't think it's bad to the point that it wouldn't be working. Because even if I go, I guess I can check just by going like this, right? Let's grab one of these LEDs. Let's go like this. Okay, so maybe soldering is bad. So plus and minus should work. Center pins don't. So let's see if we go like this. Okay, that's working. That's working. That is working. And that is the left one, which should be you. Okay, we do have continuity there. And then this one, that's good. That's good. Still good. Yeah, we should be good. We're good. Whew. Yeah, some of those behave like diodes. An LED. All right. I want to get a closer look at these really quickly just to see. Has anybody covered these like to protect them or no? Like as far as the pads, is anyone using anything to cover them or no, they just leave them out like this? These are ugly, really ugly. All right, cleaning off that one. A little bit of the VHB stuck on the sides. Yeah, so that one I'm fine with. This one, I always use a PCB lacquer on solder joints. Okay. No need to cover them, hot glue. Still thinking you want the longer leads on the other end of the strip though. No, this, I followed the, I followed the diagram. We should be good. I wish I had a magnifying glass right now though, because it looks like there's a, I say we give it a go. If we have issues, then we can revisit it, but it might be fine. All right, let's see, what's next? Logo LED. Which one is the logo LED? Okay, so that's this one. And that is a printed part. You can use your phone as a magnifier. This makes me want to wire it. This makes me want to wire this off stream. Yeah. I normally don't do any soldering on stream because I feel like it's just so much to think about. I'm not happy with my soldering job. That being said, I do have 3 additional of these LEDs. So if for some reason something's screwed up, I'll probably just start over. Okay, so this looks like the printed part we want. It is. So we will take this, and we will take this, and we want the LED portion facing towards the inside or the square. Okay, that looks perfect. Then it wants us to take the diffuser, which is this little guy, and the other part, which I think I must have printed in black, hopefully. Did I not print out a part? Don't tell me that. Oh, there it is. Yes, learning. Okay, so we've got the sort of mask to keep the light from going where it's not supposed to. We've got this little guy that goes on the inside of it like that. Looks pretty sweet. And then, what happens next? The diffuser is printed in a translucent filament. The mask is printed in an opaque filament. Yep, we got that. Huh. Do we not do anything with it yet? Okay. I know that we're going to need to route this camera cable around the same time as well. So let's see. You start wearing the Google glasses for magnifying, you could look like the good video guy. But if you did not do it, wires would have been wrong. I know better than to try to solder small fiddly things. Yeah, normally I don't, but I didn't have, because we're not going to be doing all the wiring today on stream, we're just basically going to insert these, insert the fans, and then probably call it. I'm going to do some stuff off stream. Aaron leaves again tomorrow, so there's a couple work things I want to get done, and then I'm making a fancy dinner. So next week we will hang out, and it'll be probably a little bit longer of a stream, or we'll see. We'll see how everyone feels. Okay, so yeah, let's grab the camera. And let's insert this. All right, how the hell? How am I supposed to route this? I think that Alien sent me an image. Yes, open the browser. Okay. So it goes in like that, and then it twists. Almost looks like this thing slides in. I think it does slide in. Care if you're not the front ring like testing LGX light. Okay. Totally slides in. Okay. My nozzle cam died today trying to route the fiddly cable for the tool head. Wait, this nozzle cam died? Yeah, it's supposed to go with the cable LEDs as well. I'm nervous about this. I feel like I'll probably end up doing a big portion of it off stream, just so that way I can try my best to be careful and not get distracted like I tend to do always. Okay, so it seems like if I'm gonna try to avoid touching the actual camera and slide. There we go. Okay, That's a tight fit, but that snaps into place really nicely. I'm gonna leave the little cover on the camera until we do everything else because I don't want to risk damaging it. But it looks like this goes in like that. I'm gonna change the angle for you guys. There's no need for you guys to be over there anymore when this is my point of view. Let's zoom out a little bit too. There we go. I'm back. I missed something good. How does the cable route? So, shit. Oh, we turned it off. Thank God. I thought I dropped the soldering iron with it on. Cable routes through here, through the side. It looks like. This is not how it's used anymore. Like I think this is how I'm going to try to mount it and see. But yeah, I don't entirely know if I'm being honest with you. Okay, so crisscross this through. Like that. And then yeah, this is a little nerve-wracking. I can see replacement of these cables being highly necessary. I don't want to pull so hard that I tear it, but I also want to make sure it's tucked. Okay, that seems okay. It's nice and tight. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting getting the LEDs in here. So did it? Yeah, it's a dedicated nozzle cam kit. Exactly. Yep. Which is sick. Just nervous. That's all. Okay, it looks like it's just going to go the normal route of up the side here, but once we get to here, it's tough to see with this image. Can we zoom? Yes, we can. Also, tripods in the house. Who's this guy building stuff that YouTube recommended I watch? I don't know, man. All right, so this looks like it goes, we did that fine, it goes through here. And it does look like it goes up just the traditional way under the notch. So I guess that's what we do. We will do that. The dogs are freaking out. I don't know if you guys can hear that at all. It's a good thing I'm not super clumsy like that. All right, well, it fit nicely off to the side. Arrived from 3DS today. Also, that PCB didn't fit behind the part fan for me. I put it under the extruder cover. Yeah, I saw someone else that had done it that way as well. I'm gonna try it on the back side of the fan, but I have my reservations as well. I think it's also gonna require going into the extruder. I'm sorry to hear that, Sebastian. That blows. Hopefully they've got spares readily available. Yeah, I don't exactly know as far as routing it up this is a little interesting. Yeah, I guess like that. Nope, this needs to go. I don't know how I'm going to quite, maybe. Then maybe this needs to bend, like, oh dude, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. Hold on, I'll show it in a second. Yes, okay. I feel pretty good about that. Let's see. I sort of have it going twisty, so there's it. Oh, I tore mine. I tore mine. I tore mine too. No. That is sensitive. I'm gonna have to wait for a spare. That sucks. It totally tore. Man. It tore completely. Right, is that where yours tore too, Sebastian? It tore right there, right where it meets the camera. That sucks. Can it be replaced? I don't know. Let's see. I know it's a special cable, so I certainly won't be able to source it on my own. Let's see if I pop the camera out, though, if I can just get a different cable in. That's crazy. I mean, I did put a little bit of pull on it to get it around this corner, but I feel like it looks tricky and painful, much like the orbiter sensor PCB around. I feel your pain. Yeah. I'm curious, if you're still here, Sebastian, is that where yours tore too? Was right there on that first turn? I didn't have an obvious tear, but signal cut out when I folded it right above the sensor. Yeah, that is going to be something that I see happening quite frequently, because I don't think, I mean, again, I did put some pull for sure, but it was kind of necessary to get the cable tucked the correct way. So I'll have to reach out to 3DO about this and see if I can't get another one sent out. I guess we won't have the camera set up for next week's stream then. Definitely a bummer, but I can't say I'm too surprised. I do think it's going to be tricky. Some other tool heads maybe will be easier, or maybe it just needs an easier path. But yeah, that initial turn is quite aggressive. It tore. I don't even know how I can get this off without just tearing the cable completely. Let me see if I get like a small. Yeah, it's really fragile. I will say that it is very fragile. I don't know if 3DO is still in chat or not. I'll shoot him a message, just let him know. Ribbon cable tore at camera during install. See if I can get another cable out. I wish I had gotten spares. Had I known, I mean, the good thing I will say is that, oh, there he is. We'll send you a new one tomorrow, Sebastian. Send me a mail. I'll send you a replacement camera without the PCB. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use like surgical hands, at least on the initial part. It's just a really tight fit and a pretty hard angle. I don't even know how to pop this thing out without screwing it up more. There we go. Yeah, it completely tore. I don't think this is... Yeah, on this side, I don't think this this doesn't look like it's something that can just be slipped back in. Unless there's a connector that I'm not seeing, but it looks like it's potentially just soldered to the board. Huh, that's a definite bummer. Okay, well, we'll continue, I guess, with just the standard StealthBurner toolhead, and what I'll likely do is build a secondary front portion of it with the one that comes in, so that way I have this one set up, I know it's working, and then I'll screw out the other one. Slightly bigger StealthBurner to account for the wire is probably a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I know I've seen it done in the Discord, so I know it can be done. I guess I didn't realize how sensitive that was. But yeah, what I was saying is the good thing is if you get it in place, once you get it in place, it's not something you should really have to screw around with, right? So the first time pulling it through, getting it seated, I can see being rough, as we just saw. But as long as you get it through, you really shouldn't be screwing around with that too much after the fact. There might be a ZIF FPC connector. Gotcha. All right, well, yeah, I guess we'll just continue with getting the LEDs installed. So it looks like facing upwards like this. Oh, cool. So these just, we can get in focus. These just slot into place. So line it up, and it looks like it was going to push in. No? Hold on, let me not break this. Yeah, okay. I just had to get it started. Pops in, and it should be good. I also think that these wires I chose, I might need to even go with smaller wires for the LEDs to accommodate that ribbon cable. Who needs a camera when you have LEDs? Parts should be changed to avoid twisting ribbon cables. It fly over the fan maybe. I don't think it's gonna get sucked in. Okay, so one in there, and then route the cables. All right, so we'll route the cables while we're doing this. So cables going through the same channel. Like that. Oh wow, there is more slack than I thought. That is, let's see. Yeah, there's definitely, so the 100 millimeters of length is very generous. I definitely wouldn't go with that much if you're doing the camera through that same channel. It fills up a lot of the area right there. So I very likely will end up printing out another one of these faceplates, and then I will see if I can find slightly smaller cables, thinner cables, and then also, again, just go shorter. I think I probably could have gone with like 70 millimeters and shaved off 30 millimeters of that. So get this tucked down here, like that. Okay, so I think so this shows shove in the LED first. No. Insert the printed part and push them towards the front. Okay. Watching an up-close image of the nozzle laying down plastic looks really cool. Yeah. No, it's awesome. I saw some clips of the camera and I'm super excited for it. I'm bummed that it tore for sure. I have a feeling that it's probably easier to install on the other tool heads, just because I don't think you need to get them through a skinny channel like this. It almost makes me wonder if I should install it on an EVA tool head instead. But I think we'll try with StealthBurner, because I'd love to have this on the SwitchWire. Let's see, please send email or number. We haven't had this issue in testing, though we didn't pull on FPC either. FPC is soldered directly to the camera sensor. It's gonna be a bad solder job. We'll do some pull testing tomorrow. Okay, let's insert the printed part, which is this guy. So it looks like it just goes in there, and then let's grab nope. Looks like we're going in the right direction. Looks like there's a tiny bit of elephant's foot. I wonder if that's screwing us up. Look at the parting line. Why am I not using LEDs included? No, the hey, Thomas, the LEDs with the camera are meant for the other tool heads, right? From what I saw, I didn't see any additional LEDs being installed for the StealthBurner. Unless I'm wrong, but that was my understanding, was that since the StealthBurner already has the 2 LEDs, it provides enough light. But if you're doing something like the EVA toolhead or the VZBot, you would need them to provide enough light. Maybe I am wrong. I actually don't know. That was what I had thought though. Okay, so we have flat and curve. Yep, this is the right way. Yeah, so it's the little bit of elephants put on this definitely made it a little bit tougher to get in, but I had it the right way. And it looks like it's fully seated now. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna grab a flat head and just help me push it a little bit. The new LED lights are brighter than the SQ. Oh, interesting. That I was not aware of. Okay, cool. I thought they were identical to, I must have misunderstood. Well, then it's a good thing we're gonna build another one of these tool heads. I didn't use these, so I've got the 2 LEDs from the kit, which I thought were the same. Glad you confirmed that they're not. And then I have 1 extra from the Fabrico kit, which I'll use for the status LED. A little bit finicky. All right, I think we're good. That's inside. So last thing is to shove the final LED in here. This just goes in this direction, I imagine. Did you print with elephants foot compensation? I don't know. I think I printed them out on the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon. And I think that I might have had a raft on because it's been in the 30s in the garage. And although I wasn't having a whole lot of issues initially, I have had some warping on ABS parts on the Bamboo in the garage. I've actually been turning on the space heater up there for the printer, but rafts have been helping a ton. So it might have been raft more than elephant's foot. Yes, as I said, it's just the same protocol, can be chained with RGB. Okay, sweet. Ours basically just replaced RGB diodes with 3x white. Nice. Okay. Yeah, thanks for confirming that. You probably did say that and I misunderstood or just didn't realize it, but this was a good practice run then. Okay, so we've got that seated. That looks good. And it looks like the wires go out the same way they come in. So just over here to the side. Under here. And off like that. Okay, cool. Well, the wire routing was pretty simple. I found that setting this year. I've been printing for a long time without it. Yeah, I don't think I ever used it in Cura. It wasn't until either Prusa Slicer or Super Slicer where I saw the setting and was like, oh. Also, if you have not, it's time for the Polymaker spool drawing. So I'll give you another 60 seconds plus my 15-second delay. The link pinned in chat will ask you for an email, a Discord name, and a YouTube name. If you don't have a Discord, just put something in the slot. Okay. I broke the camera cable. So this is, remember I was all excited about the nozzle camera? Yeah. So I was inserting it into the tool head and it tore. Yeah. So Yeah. Yeah. This is making me nervous doing this. Can one person remove their like, please? We overshot. Are we at 60? Are we at 70? We are at 70. I knew it. Okay. All right. Let's do this then. I'm gonna unpin the form. Aaron, wait, here we go. I'll let anyone finish. Every time something cool comes in for a 3D printer, even though Erin doesn't 3D print, like I have to show her. So I showed her the nozzle cam and was like, this is gonna be epic. So she was, I'm definitely a little bummed, but we'll get it figured out. I'm still super excited about getting it set up, and again, just need to figure out, I guess, handling. All right, let's grab, how many entries do we have? 87 entries. Let's copy everybody's name down. Let's see. All right, we got all 87 people here. Let me take a sip of my tea really quick. Aaron brought me trail mix too, which is awesome. All right, so as always, massive thank you to Polymaker for being the channel's official sponsor, or sponsoring every stream once a week. We are, if you're new, the way it works is after whoever wins, I will send a link later on today, and you can choose any PLA, ABS, ASA, or PETG to anywhere in the world. It just can't be any of the like exotic filaments like carbon or glass or anything like that, but any of the colors are all fair game. So yeah, massive thank you to Polymaker. They are awesome. All right, we'll shuffle it 6 times. But if Alien wins on a 6th shuffle, it feels suspicious. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I don't see Alien anywhere near it. All right, Polaris, you are our winner. Let's do some confetti action. Congratulations. We've also got some cheering. I think we already did it, but we'll do it again. Congratulations. You are our winner. I will reach out to you later tonight with that link so you can pick out your filament. Hey, Zombie, thank you for renewing your membership. Good luck on all the upcoming builds. I appreciate it. After we move on from the SwitchWire toolhead, we're going to be jumping into the Mercury 1, the Hydra. So the 3-point bed tramming setup and upgrading it to the M8P and all the electronics. It's going to be a pretty involved part of the build. Zombie, thank you for the $1.49 and the banana. I appreciate it. All right, so let's make a little bit more progress here. Where is our cool? Okay, so we've got those routed. Those are fine. Support structure. The highlighted parts are built-in support structures. They're designed to break during the fan installation. Okay, good to know. Okay, so the things I need to check on is to make sure we have enough fans to build 2 tool heads. So this is the Honey Badger fan. That should be... What is the... Okay, so it's a 50-15, so these should both be 50-15. So we have 2 of these, so we're good on that. I don't know if we have a second of these 2010 or 3010. Let's see. And we do. Thank you, Fabrico. All right, cool. So we can definitely build 2 versions of this. So it is saying fan orientation. Down, rotate the fan so the wires exit at the top and the air is pushed inwards. Okay, so there's also an extra cable on the Fabrico fan that I need to clip. think it was a signal fan, he said, or something like that, for potentially doing some clipper stuff in the future, but nothing, the development on it hadn't really done anything, so I'll just clip that off. Maybe I can use a filament to print parts. Hey, cool! There you go, there's Polaris. Nice, yeah. Okay, so I'll show this, that way someone can tell me instantly if I'm doing this incorrectly, but it looks like air is pushing inwards, cool, and it wants them to be wires exit at the top, but on which side? Right side? Consider the fan angle, clip in place, mind the orientation. I wish it showed, okay, it does show. Yeah, so it looks like fan wires go out the top, which is... Okay, cool, we'll do that. It's weird, I don't know why notifications don't seem to be working on memberships, but Lisa, thank you for renewing 7 months. How are the puppies? Hi, Delilah and Monkey. They're doing pretty good. Monkey knows that Aaron's leaving. You can just tell, like, he seems a little bit sadder than normal. So it's gonna be interesting being, they're gonna be stuck with me for a week, so I'm sure they're not super stoked on that. But yeah, they're doing pretty good. Lila's been mellow. She's been hanging out in Jackson's room a lot. We've been calling her Nanny Doba. So, but yeah, everything, they're doing good, thank you. If you're looking for another project for the Q, that digital bird guy has been putting up a lot of stuff. 3D printed electric mini shop crane. Wow, that sounds interesting. Are you in the Discord, Vast? If you are, please tag me in that. Yeah, jib crane sounds awesome. Fan wires go with the LED wires, or at least that's how I ran them. Cool, that's what I'm gonna do with mine. It just looks like they want them facing out the top, so we'll have it going like this, and it says to insert it at an angle. Let's try to do that to avoid breaking things. So looks like top goes in first, like this, and then it's gonna crack. Nice. That was I'm also very curious seeing, because again, this is the first time I've played around with the StealthBurner, and seeing all of these wires route through here makes me think it's going to be even tougher with the camera. I think that when the new camera comes in, or the camera cable, I'm probably going to do it off stream so I can just like hyper focus on every single movement I do with it, and then I can either take a video or show some photos of it after it's installed. But it feels like I'm gonna need to really concentrate to make sure that I, you know, even if I get it through, don't apply too much pressure when I'm putting all these fan cables and stuff through. Because it's tight right now, and I don't even have a, I don't even have the ribbon cable in here. So, thanks for now. I have to watch the rest of the stream tomorrow. I've sent pictures and videos of the project on Discord. Awesome, that sounds great. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, next week we'll be printing. Doesn't seem like we'll have the camera, unfortunately, but we'll have the StealthBurner up and running, and we'll definitely do some printing and just kind of hang out. I don't like this hung at hole, and I say this every week. Let's go chill music again. Cool, that's in, and this sticks out the left side. So I think we're fine as far as these cables go. So the next thing should be the top cable. Nice green, looks like my Kermit. Oh man, I love that you named your printer Kermit. That's amazing. Yeah, the screen's awesome. You can take the fan wire into the slot that the fan sits in. Wait, you mean take the fan back out and then... I think my issue might be that the LED cables are a little bit too long or too beefy. I don't know. Do we think this is going to cause issues? Is that what we're saying? Or we think it's fine? I feel like it's going to be okay. Okay, let's do the next part, which is the 5015. Clip off and file down the stock mounting ears. Interesting. Okay. There's a trimming jig STL. I definitely did not know that was a thing. This is, I guess it's like the beauty of doing things live on stream the first time, right? Like you just won't get it right the first time. Okay, I feel like I unclipped it, then it clipped back into place. All right, well, that works. Are we supposed to remove the clip? I don't know if the clip is supposed to, let's see. There we go. We got one off without breaking it. That's okay. Don't need a jig, just flush cut and sand. I just flush cut those clips. You will need FEP, PTFE, ONC 30 or 28 to fit the camera ribbon. Interesting. Okay, good to know. 30 or 28. Does it say that anywhere? I've got plenty of PTFE wire that is much thinner. Okay, I am Pi. I am going to ask for some thin wire then that is thinner because I don't. I abused it with flush cutters. Okay. Just take the flush cutters and use them as a knife. Okay, so are we just cutting off? How much are we cutting off is my question. I don't see, since I don't have the jig, we're looking at this. So right now there's basically the part that is even with the base, and then there's a little bit of, there's the knob sticking out on both sides. So am I just cutting down to where the knob reaches the base part, or do I need to cut into this base part as well? Oh, clips can go. Okay, cool. So clips we will clip. Flush with the housing. Okay, so we're just removing the top. I got it. It's not showing up very well. Just the top portion then. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off these little clips a little bit just to make it a little bit nicer. Like so. Okay, so I am being told we are clipping the top here. That was very easy, if that's all we're doing. Just the knob, okay. All right, that one's hideous. I wonder, all right, let's try, take the X-Acto knife out again. See if we can X-Acto this. I will be cutting away from myself. It's tough to show this on camera, but ooh, such a clean cut. Oh, yeah, that worked really well. Wait. Oh no, you need to get the knob away. Oh shoot. Okay, I misunderstood then. It's not just the top. We're actually cutting off. These entire things need to get out of here. Okay. The entire, okay. Wasn't very clear. Mini belt tender can come in handy here. You're saying that we can just cut these things with flush cutters. That's the strat, right? Yeah. Cut away from yourself and the wires. No more solder today. All right. Yeah, that was, it misunderstood. I think I'll start off with just cutting off the top portion of it to make it a little bit easier. I killed my flush. I have a lot of flush cutters. I have a lot of flush cutters, so I'm not too worried if I kill a pair. Wish they were just a tiny bit wider, these flush cutters. trying to hook around. Yeah, they're just a little bit short. That worked. Shot to the ceiling. Okay. I'm feeling like using something like a Dremel might be the way to go. Whittle it down all the flush clear, then sand it smooth. Yeah, this is wild. I had no idea this was part of it. I'm sorry, fan. I'm sorry. It's taking a lot of abuse right now. Dremel with a drum sander works great. Yeah, I have to find it. I don't use the Dremel very often. I know I have it somewhere in the garage. Well, like a knockoff Dremel. It's like a Black & Decker Dremel, but ooh, there we go. All right, making some progress. I'm glad I already wear glasses. Hey, what's up, Rick? Flush closers are basically duct tape. Yeah. Use a file or Dremel sandpaper, all work. It has to be smooth. Okay. I feel like I'm getting pretty close to where I feel comfortable with this before I want to grab something else. Also, just trying not to break the pan. This is wild. I don't know how I missed this, and the maybe I didn't look at the entire StealthBurner assembly ever. Okay, that one I'm feeling like we're pretty close to a place where it's ready for some sanding. This one maybe a tiny bit more on the edges. All right. Do I have sandpaper in here? I don't think so. I think I have a metal file. I just got some 80 grit and it tore it down super quick and easy. Okay, good to know. Let me start out with this for a sec here. You can put a bit of sandpaper on the table and then just move it around. Oh, that's not a bad idea either. This is working. We're already getting close, actually. Not too bad. Well, we're sanding a little bit more than just that spot. I'm surprised that nobody is making fans that are ready to rock and roll, unless maybe there are people making fans. I just feel like with how many StealthBurners are going to be out there, that having, oops, let's not screw up the teeth, having ready to go fans would be kind of cool. Dremel makes way too much dust. At least you don't have to mod the 4010 to get it to fit. Some anger release. I'm not angry though. I might go down and grab sandpaper for the final little bit. The file, watch, let me see if I can show it. The file definitely got it down quite a bit more. I'm gonna do the same for this side, which still has quite a bit sticking out, and then we'll grab that This is a fantastic. Yeah, it's not a huge deal. I'm just saying, with how much, like, how many mods and parts people buy for, especially like Voron printers, I would think that there would be a market for a Ready to Rock and Roll fan. Maybe Ready to Rock and Roll fan, but it's got like RGB LEDs and stuff like that inside of it too. Trying to move this one a little bit more so I don't just sand a flat spot in it. Although we're still... Okay, we are getting pretty dang close. I'm gonna go grab some sandpaper, and we'll finalize it by sanding onto the table, like you said. Bringing back memories of your V0 Nevermore. I never did the Nevermore, Delmar. I printed the parts for it, and I think I still have them. It never made it. We're going to be installing the Nevermore as part of the upgrade process, but I haven't done it. Check out the fan is centered before you grind it more. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, Delilah. I need sandpaper. I'm sanding down the fan. I didn't realize I had to sand down the housing on it. Always prepared, but never prepared enough. All right. What do we got? 400 grits. That is probably a bit too 80. All right, let's grab some 80. Oh, Delilah. Oh, pretty girl. I think you guys can probably see Delilah if I pivot. Yeah, check it out. Oh, Delilah, you wanna say hi? Let's see. Eee. There she is. She's pretty much always hanging out right outside my door when I stream. She's just sleeping. I'll close the door. Bye, pretty girl. See you in a little bit, okay? She's like, don't leave. Oh, you see her? She's so cute. I gotta sand this down, Delilah. Okay, I gotta sand it down. I'm gonna come back out later. I promise. I know, she's so cute. All right, let me finish sanding. All right, we're almost done. She's awesome. I love Delilah. She's like 10 and a half, I think now, or something like that. Just our old lady. All right. How in the heck did I? There we go. All right. There we go. Why is this still okay? She is tired. She's retired. She's retired. Yeah. She's officially a retired dog. Okay. Oh, this is maybe even more than I need. Stupid fan wire popping out. Okay, there we go. Your tool is one belly rub. Yeah, she's Nanny Doba. She always hangs out in the baby's room. How smooth is smooth, folks? I think we're getting close to where we need to be. Let's not destroy the wires in the process. These wires are really bugging me. All right, here we go. All right, I feel like that's probably good enough on that side. Let's hit the other side really quick, and let's get this installed. Yeah, I think we're real close. All right, y'all. Let's try this. If it doesn't work, I'll cry. A lot of dust. Let me get these wires back through so that way they don't get pinched or anything. Why? One wire doesn't want to go back. Okay. Flush. So this, why does this seem off? Why does this not seem right? This one, it doesn't say anything about angling it, but something tells me you need to angle it. I wear full mask from COVID using dermal now. It's weird, it doesn't look right. Like, the size of the slot. Oh, it's because I'm not doing it right. I'm a goof. I'm a goof. I wasn't doing it right. Oh, it's so close. Yeah, I was totally goofing. It's so close. Oh. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I was looking at it wrong. Ah, sweet. Hell to the yes. Yes. Yeah, I needed to look at the manual, like Jose said. It looked to me like this entire portion, the opening, was supposed to go in this corner. And then I looked over here, because I was looking at it, I'm like, physically, this is bigger than the little slot down there, but I wasn't inserting it in correctly. Yeah, no, it was me. It's always, it's always just me. Okay, M36 flatheads, that's what's next. Do we have those? We sure do. Are those my last two flatheads? No, cool. I'll make sure I have more since we're gonna be redoing this. Is it centered on the front? That is a great question. Ish? I would say, so I can give you guys a straight on shot of this. No, I have it set to, come on, dang it. There we go. Ish, I would say it's a little bit, like there's a little bit more gap on this side versus this side. But I would say if that, it's like a fraction of a difference. Is that your way of saying that the knobs need to be sanded down more? I am doing a PCB. Is that what we're deciding? It looks good. It's definitely not perfectly centered. I can't say it's perfectly centered, but okay. Man, is it gonna bug me? No, I think it's pretty damn good actually. It's slightly off, but like, yeah, mine's up center too. Okay, all right. PCB installs here. PCB, wait, what PCB? What do you mean PCB? Doesn't PCB go on the side of the tool head? Just like it does for the afterburner? My OCD made me sanding and put tape to fit it in the center. The reason is though, I know we're making another one of these because we want to get the camera set up. So I might spend a little bit more time on the other version of it since this is essentially a temporary tool front. You have a different kit. Oh, okay, gotcha. You probably can't fix it being off center. It's just how the hub is in the fan. Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right. No, thanks for trying to help. I know everyone's just helping. Okay, so let's drop the screw into the wrong slot because why not? All right, so there's 2 screws to secure it in place. I feel like this is a really crappy camera angle. Here, let's raise everybody up a little bit. There we go. I think that's a little happier of a place. Okay, so we're putting 2 screws in to help hold the fan in place. Cool. Where did the other one go? How does a screw go missing that quick? I don't understand. I'm almost impressed. I want to make sure I've got at least 2. I guess I could take it off this tool head. That's bothersome though. Maybe I'll find it later. We'll steal another one for now. We've got 2 more, it looks like. Oh, come on. All right. I asked about every part I lay down. Yeah. I know I took out 2, and it was only a moment ago. It's like, how did I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. Okay. Okay, just snug. Alrighty. So that's all that it shows for this. So then the next thing is the new X carriage. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the we'll do the brass inserts for the new carriage and then probably end it there. And likely what I'll do is between right now and next Wednesday, let's pan away for a sec. Between right now and next Wednesday, I will I will crimp, I will get everything plugged into the PCB and see if I can get the see if I can confirm that it's working in Clipper. And the next week we'll probably just chill, look at the tool head, play around with it, maybe see what macro options there are out there, and just do some printing. I think that's probably what we're gonna end up doing. Within Bowden tube, 8-bit board for that much. Prusa Mini is 32-bit board, I will say, Mike Jones. But 3 artillery hornets from an Express 235 to my door. Yeah, the I'm not a huge fan of the Prusa Minis, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think they're bad printers, but for the price and my experience with them, I'm going to be doing probably a Prusa Mini to Bear mod conversion, like a mini Bear, at some point, because one of the Prusa Minis that I have that I bought secondhand has either extruder or Hotend issues, and I just want to completely wipe away the extruder and Hotend, go with a direct drive setup, and then, although for standard printing the cantilever arm on them is totally fine, it is, compared to the KP3S, compared to the Lurge IX, definitely the V Minion, it's the most like non-stiff cantilever arm out of all of them. It's just kind of flimsy, so I'm not crazy about it. I know some people love them. I know they're used in farms, and I don't think they're a bad printer. I just don't think that they're a great printer. They're okay, I think. The V-Minion was a lot of fun to build until we got to the electronics. Once we got to the electronics, I did not enjoy. There was just a gajillion, I think M3 nuts, and yeah, I'm not crazy about the electronics setup on the V-Minion, but the build up until that point, like the actual printer, not the electronics enclosure, that was a really fun build. I really enjoyed that. I would love to, at some point, upgrade it to the EVA 3.0, and then because the electronics is such a mess on it, I was originally going to do the B3D PCB breakout board to separate, instead of having all the wires go from toolhead to the electronics box, have it go to the PCB and then go have like a harness from the PCB. But I think that might be a printer that it makes sense to upgrade it completely and just go the CAN route. So that way there's only 4 wires, going from the tool head versus as many as there is. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the mechanical build was a blast. I really enjoyed it. The videos, the documentation, they just did a really good job. Okay, let's do this. Delilah is licking her paws. I can hear her outside of the window or out of the door. Okay. Measuring. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inserts. Delilah, I hear you. Stop licking your paws, please. Silly dog. I think that all of these are the right size heat inserts. I just I've gotten paranoid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. This should be fine. Okay. Let's get these installed. So orientation. Oh! What does EVA 3.0 offer over 2.3, 2.4? I don't think a whole lot, to be honest with you. I think they have some different toolhead options, and the main thing is that they went away from using nuts and nut traps, and they use brass inserts now. I don't know that there's much of a performance boost, but I don't know either. So someone, yeah. 3 Soul, do you have a super secret Trident build? No. This was initially when I didn't know we were going to be installing a camera. This was the initial camera version that I thought we were going to be installing. And then this is the remixed camera version that I just think looks a lot nicer and reminds me of a robot's eyes and a robot's mouth. It makes me happy. So that's why I printed that one. No secrets. on secret builds or projects right now. Okay, so heat insert is going into the very top of this one. Yeah. Okay, one is in. Two is in. I think this one, yeah, this one should be good. I think it's the other one that needs more. EVA 3 is well worth it. What's the main differences? I'm reading up on it now. I might open EVA 3 on my project, printers and pieces. What's the other benefits, Zombie, other than it being using brass inserts instead of nut traps? Is there performance upgrades? I haven't looked into it much, because the Mercury 1.1 is using the modified EVA 2.4, which I really like. They swapped out most all of it with heat inserts, and then the V-Minion just uses their standard 2.4. All right, looking pretty. Two more. Oh, my nose is itchy. Oh, those aren't. Okay, those are hex nuts. I was wrong. It looks like there is a tiny piece somewhere. Is it black? Is that why I'm not? Yeah, it is. It is in black, this piece. Okay. I feel like. I think I already have this little guy. You guys can't see what I'm doing at all. Sorry about that. Use my tweezers to hold this in place. And we'll push it through. I feel like this is gonna bottom out on my workbench, but it's exactly what's gonna happen. It looks, oh, it's my soldering iron that bottomed out. Okay, so I'm gonna continue to push this through, but I'm gonna hold it in the air. It's the tip of my iron that caused it to not go in further. There we go. Okay, give it a second to cool down before I burn myself. EVA 2.4 doesn't have heat sets. Yeah, when I built the V-Minion, it was all nut traps, like M3 nut traps. Oh, Mercury 1's in the house. The Mercury 1.1 EVA toolhead is completely remixed and uses heat inserts. Hey, what's up, babies? Happy Wednesday. I don't know if you heard, Dutch, but we're gonna start. So next week is going to be another hangout, just kind of chill stream. Hopefully I have the SwitchWire completed, so we'll just kind of print, look at some macros and stuff, play around with it, sort of see how it performs. And then the following week, we're gonna jump back into Mercury 1.1 stuff. I was able to get the lead screws from Fabrico cut down, and I have all the parts printed out for Hydra, so we'll start assembling Hydra on the, not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Nut trap, yeah, nut traps are as painful as they sound. I completely agree. I do not enjoy them whatsoever. They were okay on the Prusa MK3S Plus, but yeah, I don't enjoy them. I much prefer heat inserts. They look cleaner, they're simpler, you just push them into their places and you're good to go. All right, we're good. I think that's it. Yep, those are just screws. Yeah, so all that's really left, to Let's take a look at this really quick. All that is left, so we just did this. I need to route the belts through here. I probably need to loosen the motors, so that way, because I don't have a lot of slack since I've been running this printer. So I just need to see if I can get the belts through, tighten those, and then tension the motors to actually apply some tension. I need to reinstall my clicky probe, which I'm hoping will not require me to adjust any of the settings for it. I'm thinking it's almost going to be, or I think it is going to be a drop-in as far as the location wise. I think they just changed some of the holes on this, but I think that the actual parts are identical, so we'll see. And then I need to mount the clockwork too, mount that, and install the front, and then basically do the crimping. The thing I'm kind of concerned with is, so this is the StealthBurner PCB. I had the Afterburner LDO PCB, and I need to check to see what pins on the microfit connector on top are assigned to what on here, because this thing is kind of bent. I'm not entirely sure that they're gonna be the same. Like, I think I might need to change the pins in the actual microfit connector. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time with the multimeter and check the continuity. Actually, I wonder, there's probably a pin out for this on the GitHub, so maybe I'll start with checking there, but that's gonna take me a little bit of time. And then we should be pretty much ready to rock and roll. And then I will start, Pi said that he had some thinner wire that I could use for the second tool head, so I'll probably start printing out the fourth StealthBurner tool head soon here, and use the LED specifically for the camera and all that in preparation of the camera showing up. And then I will be as gentle as I possibly can when that new camera comes in to avoid tearing that ribbon cable, because that sucked. I was really proud of the routing job I was doing. I was like, oh, it's nice and snug, and then I look down at the freaking camera and I just see the ribbon cable like 3/4 torn through it. So there are two pins that have changed. I think 5-volt and chamber thermistor. Just did that with that 2-piece. Okay, sweet. I'll have to check that out. Ordered a V01 ultra lightweight X-beam and a Kirigami. Nice. I should pre-order the 0.2 kit. The only thing is that I'm bummed out is not Fabrico. LDO showed the colors for the 0.2 kit, and my V0s are green and purple. And green and purple were the two colors, I think, along with gold, that weren't in the initial shipment. They have like black, gray, blue, maybe something else. So I don't want a different colored top hat than the extrusions on the actual printer. So I'm either gonna have to source them or just wait. I think I think Jason said that they're going to be having them. They're just going to take a little bit longer. So going to rebuild my Merc first, new frame as well. Don't sweat it, made progress. Look on the bright side, the ribbon cable was 1/4 not torn. I appreciate it. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. I have broken enough things, and I'm confident that there will be more people that will tear it if there's not a different route or a expanding of the current path. I think plenty others will tear it, because I did put some pull. I will totally claim that, but I don't think it was that aggressive. So we'll see. I will go slower. I'll go slower next time, and then hopefully we'll celebrate when it's all working, and I'll create a video or something like that. Okay, on that note, I'm going to call it here. We made some awesome progress, and again, the plan is that the next time you see me, next Wednesday, the StealthBurner will be installed. Things will be beautiful. I might even post something on Twitter beforehand if I do get it up and running. But yeah, today we had the Clockwork 2 done last week. We got the toolhead portion done, and we got, I guess the whole thing's the toolhead, but we got the Hotend portion done. And then have everything set up correctly. We soldered the LEDs, routed the LEDs, trimmed the fan, which was fun. So yeah, all that's left basically is attach the things together, and then get the toolhead PCB working, and then adjust some tweaking in Clipper, which will be fun. Erin leaves at she leaves early in the morning tomorrow, so I will certainly be having late nights just screwing around with printer stuff over the next week. So maybe we'll even do another stream, like a late night. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyways, I hope everyone had a nice time, and I appreciate all of the help and the positive reinforcement. And on that note, I will talk to everybody later. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and again, we'll pick up next week and just have a stream and chill. And I might cheat and order some pizza for next week's stream. It might be that kind of